Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Classes Live. Hey, Queenie,
Woohoo! Hey, Doc, how are ya?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. Classes are one of my favorite parts. And for those of you watching with us live or certainly on the replay, Doc and Queenie classes are the fourth Wednesday of every single month. And I can't believe we're here again, fourth Wednesday. Holy moly. So we're super excited to have you here. And it's at Central Time. And so if you get to watch with us live, we're thrilled to have you.
Yes, we are. I can't believe it. Time is flying. We're almost to May.
I know. And I'm blown away. A week from today is May 1.
It's crazy. It's
Uh,
crazy. It really is. All right. So I guess I get to tell you to go.
Fantastic. Again, we're thrilled that you're here. One of the things that we have found with all the networking that we do across the globe is perfect your profile. I think about that a lot. Perfect your profile. What does that mean? Where do we go to perfect our profile? And when someone meets us virtually or certainly in person, chambers of commerce meetings, BNI groups, or any of our Zoom calls that are all across the globe, literally, the first place they go is to check us out on social media. And Doc, haven't you found when you go to somebody's page, you kind of still don't know what they do for a living?
Sometimes it can be confusing, especially those people that have like several different profiles. It's one person, but you're like, so what do you do? You've got 10 things and 10 different YouTube channels or websites. Yeah, it can
That
get
makes it
confusing.
hard, doesn't it?
It does.
Absolutely. Well, that's what we wanted to share today is perfect your profile. As soon as you let people know what you do, and many of the social media platforms actually offer what I consider mountains of free advertising. And I still find folks that I meet virtually or in person, when I go to their pages on social media, I can't find out what they do. So let's start out. I'm going to do a screen share. And let's find out from the very beginning. Let's even think, I know there we are, isn't that fun? Um, as soon as, there we go. Let's have double. That's what we need. All right.
Hey, they look familiar.
There we go. Let's cancel that. Okay, because of course YouTube is popular, as you can see, and that pops up first no matter what I do. So let's go to Alignable. There are 8,700,000 people on Alignable right this second, Doc. And that sounds like I might know a few of them, but I also might not know many of them yet. And so many times on Alignable, the first place people go is your profile. So as soon as we click on profile, this is for anybody, they want to find out what you do for a living. Now, I think Alignable makes it easy because they actually ask us, who would you like who would you like to have targeted? I think that's pretty cool. Who is your market? Who do you want to be connected with? Who do you want to meet? So as soon as you go to Alignable, certainly you want to make sure that your picture's up to date. Your banner has a few things that resonate with you. What do you do? Kangen water, in my case, networking, I love, and certainly posting parties. Scroll down to see how many views you've had. And boom, Doc, right here you get our ideal customer. So, who would you like that to be? I love to have well connected people in their communities, and it doesn't matter where they live globally for my company. So, all of a sudden, I want to be connected to veterinary clinics. That's a biggie for me. Hair salons are also huge for my company because sometimes people choose to do chemical free as far as hairstyling and not putting any chemicals on their scalp. Massage therapists, salt bath owners, things like that. You have a chance to put people on here that you would like to connect with, and Alignable does the connecting. It's very fun to get a request that says, we were connected on Alignable. I was so excited to meet you. And the rest is history. Who is the business that you can partner with? Absolutely true. Chiropractors are biggie for me. Anyone else in health and wellness is a biggie for me. Then you actually get to see the description. Please, my friends, if you leave these sections blank, people have no idea what to do with your topic. You'll even notice over here, you can put private or not. I certainly don't mind that mine is public, but you've got opportunity for phone numbers and addresses, things like that. Here's another section. You've got about us, the products and services we offer. That falls into the health and wellness category. water technology was not a choice. Then you've got recommendations, and you get to thank the people who have recommended you. I seriously mean it, Doc. I think this platform is super, super fun from a standpoint of connection. So let's see if I can find Super Doc.
Oh, no.
And as soon as I find Super Doc, I'm able to connect with Laura Christine. It's hard for me to call you that, by the way, but I do try. And so now I'm going to actually find your profile. Now, see, once again, for all of our friends watching live or on the replay, now we have an opportunity right off the bat. Doc is kitchen garden expert. Yes. The picture is important. Yes. Who's our ideal customer? Yes. Who would you like to partner with? The about section. You see what I mean, Doc? People find us and then they don't know what to do next. I'd love to introduce Doc to whom. And so if Doc doesn't have it written down here, how are we going to know? And then, of course, the recommendation piece is huge because now you can actually see what I like to call cross-pollinating to find out who people are and why they do what they do. Products and services, again, an opportunity for you to be able to share what you do. And certainly in this case, Kitchen Garden Expert on YouTube, which is a biggie for both of us, I have found. So honestly, alignable 8 million, almost 9 million people on this platform. If you are not on here yet, I guess my question is why? Why? What do you think about that, Doc? The profile piece is so huge.
Oh, yeah. There's kind of no excuse not to be out on social media. I know there's people that hesitate. But it's you can I've had a lot of spammers and people
Oh,
just
that's
like
true. Yeah,
but you just kind of work your way through that. But generally I've had across the board, and it doesn't matter what social media platform, it's been a good experience. It's all about connection. So how are you gonna, unless you are in a business that goes face to face, business to business out in the community, I don't see any other way that you can network
I
and
agree.
get to know other people. I really
Uh,
don't. And I was going to say too, the past couple of years, it has shifted to more online
True.
social media platforms. So, yeah.
And before we go any further, and I wanted to give you a heads up, if you would open up your YouTube channel, I know you've got another system planned as well, but the reason we're recording on YouTube live today on purpose, but if you're not on YouTube yet, and of course, Doc, you mentioned this before that people have 4, 5, 6, 10 channels. That would be so hard for me to keep track of. I have enough trouble keeping track of one, shall we say? But you have been a success story times a million on your YouTube channel. And if you would share with our friends about the channel itself, the about section, the community section, things like that. It's super duper important. First of all, to get more subscribers, yes, but also, can you give us a little insight into why YouTube has been so incredibly successful for you?
Well, I'm in the gardening field,
Yes.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to my channel here. Um, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I know. As soon
I
as we
didn't turn
start
on the
talking, I love that part. But that's the point. So you want your channel to talk when people get there.
Okay. And I did not turn on, like you always remind me, I didn't turn on the, do I need to turn on? Let's see, hang on. Share sound.
You
There we
yeah, you need to share sound, yeah.
go. Okay. Yeah, it's been successful for me. I do a lot of work with shorts, gardening shorts, YouTube shorts. Um, I have almost 600 subscribers. I started getting, I always say getting serious about this last year, about this time. And last year I had 25 subscribers. So that shows you just how you can really get the engine going. Uh, and here's what I've got so far. Well, this is the past couple of weeks, but as you can see, yesterday's video didn't take as much yet. It takes about 24 hours for views to start picking up, but the day before was 5,000. The day before with that was 3,000. And I just share my information, what I do in short little pieces. And what if people don't understand what YouTube is, basically YouTube goes out to search for people that would be interested in your topics. So, if you can kind of flip it, instead of going, I'm looking for people, YouTube takes what you've got and finds people to match, if that
That's a
makes
good
any
way to
sense.
put it. That's a great way to put it.
That's
And
how the algorithm, yeah.
you are very modest, but please click that arrow button so that we can see how many views you've gotten so far and your about section. And
We're
boom,
about 2,000,
207,000 already. My goodness. And
so.
so every single channel on anyone's page, you get to see the about section, yes, but you also get to know how many views they've had. And to be over 200,000 is super duper amazing. So we're thrilled for you. Do you use that community section at all?
I've used it in the past. Since I've been busy, I haven't gotten really too much to it lately, but I've done things, posting pictures with polls and just making comments. Here's a poll that I did. What else have I done? I just make little comments, at this time. This was in January, I do believe, or maybe February. I also put some of my YouTube videos on there and also shorts on there. So
I
yeah,
see
I
that
do
you use
use
a
it.
lot of hashtags. Can you tell us a little bit about why you use hashtags?
Hashtags basically connect you and your video with what people are searching for. So, for example, my hashtags, which are pretty big. Well, let's see if I can find any on this one. Actually, let me go back to my um, videos. But basically, I'm in gardening. That's a hashtag. I'm doing shorts. That's a hashtag. Uh, Let me grab one here, and I can show you exactly. Oh, of course, I'm in the wrong area. Sorry, talking out loud.
There's a lot of buttons to push on YouTube, as a matter of fact. And that's one of the reasons, honestly, when we take a look at these, it really is super duper important for people to see how to work it. Because I could never do more than one channel. Holy moly.
No, it takes a little bit of time, but once you get used to it, it's like second nature.
Uh-huh.
Um, on YouTube, they have what they call tags. This would be kind of like your hashtags, but if people are searching for gardening tips, oh, look, I've got gardening tips. If they're searching for gardening or how to, all of these kind of attach to the video, and it also attaches to what people are searching for. So, and these are some of my main. Gardening shorts is another one. YouTube videos. I always put my kitchen garden expert up there. I always put garden answers up there. These, and I also, when I'm hashtagging, they will pop up and show me, and it shows on Facebook. It shows how many people have used the hashtags. And I always try to use hashtags that are very high use. If I can go over 1 million uses, then that's what I will choose between words. So, yeah.
I definitely appreciate that because once again, if we are putting content out there, and in my opinion, if there are no hashtags, how will people ever find you? And you have done so great with your YouTube channel. And once again, congratulations times a million.
Thank you, Queenie. All right. So, would you like me to go to my profile on Instagram while we're there?
Oh, that's a great idea. Absolutely.
Since
A
we're
lot of
talking
people have,
profile.
oh, please. A lot of people have Instagram accounts, and that is another fantastic medium for finding people and certainly letting you be findable on social media. And so we're also going to talk about several others as soon as Doc finishes with the Instagram piece.
So as you can see up in the product or service, I just loaded it with hashtags.
Okay.
And I try to update every 6 months to a year, and it's actually, I'm looking at it, and it's time to kind of update because things have changed a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But as you can see, gardening is there, organic is there. There's some Cajun water, educator, blogger, writer. And look, there's Doc and Queenie too.
Woohoo!
So,
Yeah.
and then of course my link to my website. And then I used to do a lot of videos on Instagram, and I actually switched over to YouTube because I was getting more pull on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
But my Facebook account sometimes, and I don't know if it's Facebook, I don't know if it's Instagram, sometimes it posts, sometimes it doesn't. But here you can see these are all just pictures that I posted. Oh gosh, look at this one, Queenie, 15 degrees.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, that's right. Does it
There we
show
are.
somewhere how many views you get on these pictures?
Um, it does, and I'm trying to remember. Well, it shows how many likes.
Okay.
Um,
I
I
was
can
just
see it.
wondering if you can actually see the views like you can on YouTube.
I can on my phone, but not on my, it's funny. I don't use my computer for Instagram as much.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah,
So I'm like, I don't know where to go.
I agree with
Uh,
that.
but at least it shows your likes. Um, but yeah, so there's my
So do you
wonderful.
find Instagram a great tool for business also, or for social media exposure generally?
I find it both, it's not it packs a big punch, but it's a certain type of if you want to say networking or connections with people. I
Uh-huh.
would say I've had success with both. Instagram had changed their algorithm too, which actually kind of pushed me towards YouTube. Because you can get that engine going with people viewing your videos, and that's my thing.
Okay.
And of course, as you can see, all of these, I was going to say it's been quite a while since I've done a video. Here's a
Uh-huh.
video. And as you see here, I actually at one point had one of my videos about a year ago hit 10,000 people, and then they changed their algorithm. So that it
Wow.
just depends on what you're looking for. To me, it's easier to be on YouTube
Okay. No,
because
that's
there's more
fair.
tools.
I
I'm just
appreciate that
being
a lot. And how much is your Instagram account? Does it cost money?
zero. Yep.
Okay. How much is your
Zero.
YouTube account?
Zero.
Okay. I like that number. And for a lot of our friends who are watching live or on the replay, that's why perfect your profile is such an important piece, because when we're out there networking all the time and people find us, they will go to their favorite platform first, probably. And if you're not on there, they're going to go to someone else in your industry, in your business, who is on the platform that they like the most. So I bet you do get a lot of views, Doc, on your Instagram account.
I do. And I wanted to show I'm just popping up the edit profile, but
Okay. Uh-huh.
here's what you can, you can always change things, which is
Okay.
great.
Uh-huh.
Um, and actually some of this is new since I've been here, but you've got tools like, just like Alignable, just like YouTube.
Uh-huh.
There's no excuse not to put information about your business out there.
Yes.
So
And I do think the exposure piece is huge. And that's why it's so fun for me to be able to see other people's platforms and what they do with them. So definitely thank you for that as well. If you're not on some of the platforms that we talk about, just once again, please remember my only question is why? And so that really is one of the things that we wanted to share today. All right. So let's find out again. Many people go to LinkedIn as soon as they meet someone online, they literally go to LinkedIn to quote, check them out. Now, in the past, I don't know if you knew this, Doc, or if you were on LinkedIn for any past corporate positions that you have held, but many times people were using LinkedIn for employment opportunities, HR things, different, those types of things, rather than necessarily marketing and I guess you would say giving more business exposure. Now it seems to have done such a nice big flip, because it's not only for job seekers, it's not only for HR professionals, it's not only for corporate designation, from what I have seen. What do you think about that?
I agree. It's definitely has changed.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I'm always comparing. LinkedIn seems to be a little bit more, and haven't been on Alignable long enough, but Alignable seems to be more business-esque. I mean, LinkedIn is too, but it seems to be more personal. It's starting to become more personalized.
Okay. And that is a very good observation. And so I love when people say things like, oh, no, no, I don't do LinkedIn. I don't do YouTube. I don't do Twitter. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Instagram. I don't do whatever they're talking about. And again, my only question after that is why? And if you do have a technical reason, that's fine. But if you have a, I don't know anything about it reason, that's definitely why we're here today, is perfect your profile. So as soon as you open up your LinkedIn account, you'll see on the left-hand side, and I have to use me because it offers opportunity for edit that I certainly can't do on other people's pages. My favorite thing to share, and I do a lot of posting parties. I had one earlier today, as a matter of fact. It was a serious blast because there were several new people on there. And one gentleman specifically said, I have a new business. I wanted to know how most effectively to get the word out. That was so awesome, because there are so many ways that LinkedIn gives us for advertising for free. So as soon as you go to anybody's LinkedIn profile, you are able to see again their picture, their LinkedIn banner, what I like to call their power statement. The characters directly underneath their name is 220 characters bio. And quite frankly, again, what we share on the posting party piece is people can see at a glance what you do. This is not necessarily the time to say I help people with and I fix people something. There's another section that offers 2,600 characters where you can actually offer a story or even a testimonial if your company allows that. But right here in this little section, this little bitty box from the very beginning, you've got an opportunity for a new timeline banner. That's awesome. Go to Canva, go to PowerPoint, go to YouTube and say, how do I create a LinkedIn banner? I use Canva and PowerPoint almost simultaneously because I like this part of this and this part of this. So I just mesh them and that just works for me. So there's all different kind of ways to do LinkedIn banner. And so now you've got 220 characters directly under your name to put a synopsis, if you will, a snapshot about what you do. Also, you'll be able to see that I created a company page. Miracles with Water is my DBA for my business, and I created a company page. And once again, I call it cross-pollinating because when I'm making a post about Kangen water, I now tag Miracles with Water, my company page, so that by itself gets more exposure. So I do call it the cross-pollinating piece. Just like Doc was showing us on Instagram, your contact info is also available on LinkedIn. I want to buy a water machine right now. They don't have time to wait. And if you don't have your information right here, they're going to move on to someone else who does. And so I have found that to be the case. Now, unfortunately, I hardly ever get to answer phone calls because I'm usually doing something like this. So I'm not available then, but I always answer my calls within 24, certainly 48 hours, depending upon my workload. But I'm super grateful to have my phone number on here. Some people choose to keep it private, and that's great. But you do have that magic pencil right there, it offers you all types of edits. Now, the other thing I love on LinkedIn Doc is the call to action tab. This right here in my case says subscribe to my YouTube channel. You could put visit my website, watch my demo, subscribe to my newsletter. You can put anything you want in the call to action tab. And if you want to learn specifically how to do that, I've got YouTube videos about the how-to thing, but certainly attend a posting party. We have them every Monday morning open to everyone. And we talk about all different types of ways to get more exposure with your LinkedIn account. Now, I don't know about you, Doc, but one of the first things I go to on LinkedIn when I meet someone is their about section. I am still finding folks who literally say they've got 2,600 characters. You could tell a story, you could offer a testimonial. I got in business because my solution, the problem that my business solves is 2,600 characters. I have been to people's pages before and it says, I sell water machines, call me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And that is just not enough for me. Tell me why you do what you do. What problem does your business solve? How can I get involved? Is it affiliate marketing opportunity? Do you do direct sales? And in this case, of course, I always tag work from home because that's one of my favorite business models ever. Now, again, we're still on profile. This is still profile. And look at all the free advertising that you get. And featured section is actually one of my favorites. Again, the magic pencil, which means you can edit. So you can add a featured section. I do a lot of videos because quite frankly, I always say if a picture is worth 1,000 words, how much is a video worth? And to me, it's priceless. And so with the pencil, magic pencil, just push it and see what it does. And I love to be able to share that with others. So as soon as you click plus to add a new one or pencil to do the edits, this fabulous little diamond up down arrow right here allows you to put your featured videos in different order, your featured newsletters in different order, your featured podcasts or vodcasts or whatever you do in different order. There's all types of ways to edit. And of course, if you choose to, you can also, as you see, delete. Very seldom do I delete a featured video, but sometimes I do. I have not found there to be a limit yet. Now, once again, we're still on profile. LinkedIn has a lot to do on a profile section. And one of my favorite ways, just like with Alignable, is recommendations. Yep. If you have a chance to have free advertising on someone's page and you haven't done it yet by recommending them, again, my only question is why. So let's take a look once again at Doc's LinkedIn account, because I am so thrilled for your success and the fact that you too offer what I call cross-pollination. It really is an opportunity for people to find out more about us. Your backgrounds, your banners, Doc, are very amazing. And you use Canva for your creations, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now we have Doc's audio message. Once again, if you don't know how to do that, attend a posting party. Then we have Doc's contact info, kitchen garden expert, she has used as her URL. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Obviously, that is working. And the cool part is, once again, the about section, the featured section, newsletters, every single thing that Doc does, you can find out more about people by just pushing buttons. All of a sudden, you also have recommendations. You click on the people who have recommended Doc so far. You now are able to connect with them if you haven't already. So the coolest part for me is, as soon as you find someone, honestly, who has recommended or been recommended, I love to be able to connect with that person right from here. So just click, because everything's a hyperlink, boom. And it really is a very awesome way that I have found actually to make the world smaller. So perfect your profile. When we talked about this piece today, you can tell so much by just going to someone's profile.
Oh, totally.
Doc, have you ever heard of Facebook?
No. Mm-mm.
Right. And so first of all, this is what we need is Doc and Queenie on Facebook. Absolutely. But please consider, a lot of times people say, I don't do LinkedIn, I don't do Twitter, I don't do TikTok, I don't do Pinterest, I don't do Instagram, I don't do YouTube, I don't do. But almost everybody, and I actually know a few folks that haven't, is they have not seen yet the opportunity for Facebook because they don't use it for their business. And that's the part that I'm just sitting here going, you've got to seriously be kidding me. And again, I don't know the reason for that. When people go to your Facebook account, once again, we're back to perfect your profile. And what does that look like? You want to be able to have a current picture, certainly a timeline banner. I change those up a little depending upon who it is and what business I'm going to. Different pages that you have available. In my case, two of my books are on here for networking. Enagic certainly is my company. Miracles with Water is my DBA. And then you can put down where you're from or where you live or whatever you want to do. In my case, of course, I love to do networking and friends and connections and offering people opportunities for different networking events. Do you do a lot of events on Facebook, Doc?
Honestly, I don't. I'm very heavy-handed on the YouTube piece.
Okay,
So,
that's fantastic. We have an event today on Wednesdays, actually, USA, Business at Breakfast with Misty Hinkle. And I always create event pages for Misty's events just because I love being able to share that. So of course, filter, 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 but let me share. Facebook wants specific from a standpoint of timing. And so I know that I created the pages. So Business at Breakfast, keep going. If you haven't found it yet, I promise it's on here. Keep going. And now, okay, let's do, since I happen to know this one, Business at Breakfast International. If you're having an event and you haven't created a Facebook events page yet, once again, my biggest question is why. Facebook will push it out for you, which I think is cool. Now you have an opportunity literally to click on the event, which is again what I consider super cool. And now people are able to join you from that event. And so in this case, it's a Zoom call. Everyone on the planet is invited. And now you have an opportunity, and you see where it says go to link. That means you can actually go to the event right here from the event page. So that's why I was wondering, Doc, if you had done a lot of events on YouTube, on where are we, Facebook?
Facebook. Yeah, I've
So
just done a couple when we had Doc and Queenie stuff, but
absolutely.
yeah.
Now let's take a look at this, because your pictures, I am telling you what, your talent, yes, and your camera itself is phenomenal. So I wanted to definitely show your Facebook page, and also once again, perfect your profile. You get to find out about Doc right off the bat. And once again, Doc, congratulations times a million, 200,000 views already, but no offense, you got to get a new banner because you're already at 207. And that was just posted yesterday. You're killing me.
I know, I'm killing myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it really is the coolest thing ever. And to be able to tag people, find people, check out their friends list, check out who their mutuals are. That's what I love, especially, of course, is being able to find mutual friends, different posts that you have. This was a biggie for you, Doc. What is this called? Electroculture?
Electroculture. Yes, it is. It
Wow.
is. It's a new, well, it's not really a new type of gardening, but it's yeah, those are the supplies you need for it.
So obviously, even on Facebook, you do hashtags.
Yes, I hashtag all over the place. And on Facebook, I try to do 3 to 5. I don't know if there's a specific on that one.
Well, probably if
Um,
there is, it changes by tomorrow.
yeah, but I at least try to do 3 to 5. And in that 5 is my kitchen garden expert. So
Okay,
yeah.
so you have mentioned that several times. You apparently hashtag your brand every time you make a post. Why is that?
Just to keep the buzz and the social media piece going. People have found me on my hashtags. So it does it, and it just keeps redirecting everything back to kitchen garden expert.
Redirects
So
everything back. Okay.
yep.
Um, let's see. Pinterest.
No dear.
Yeah, I know.
You're hitting all the platforms. I'm a perfect example of not having my profile. Well, my profiles are there. I just haven't done a lot of work lately. I don't know.
Well,
I've been
and
kind of
that's
busy.
why it's a very cool platform once again. Yeah, this is going to require me to sign in. I have to, for me, I do most of my Pinterest on my phone. And so all of that is up and running. Let's see if Twitter will open up this way. And the reason, obviously, it's been branded to X, but here we go is another prime example of a profile. People find you on Twitter, okay? And they want right off the bat for you to be able to know exactly who's following who and why. And the biggest thing for me is now, to be honest with you, Doc, I don't know if you have found this, but some of the things on Twitter are what I would consider inappropriate. They don't care who you are or what your something is. They literally are branding, I guess you would say sponsoring, because they want right off the bat for you to buy their product or service. And so it doesn't really matter what you're wanting to look at. It matters what they want to sell. Yeah,
Yes.
it won't let me go here as often as I do for my account. Now,
I only follow a couple of people, but I get tons and tons of ads. Yeah.
and that's why I was
That's
going to
all over
say
the place.
the ads are outrageous. But for me, again, I always go to my profile because you have a chance to edit. Now, sometimes, and I don't know if you found this also, Doc, you can't edit your profile from your phone because, first of all, my timeline banner doesn't show up on the computer, which is interesting. But the rest of the story is it's on my phone, it's not on my computer. Why is that? So, all of a sudden, please remember for anybody watching live or on the replay, you can do anything you want from a standpoint of edit your profile. And again, now that they clicked it and changed it to X, a lot of things once again have changed. So those are the things that I think about right off the bat when people are having issues with how do I this or where's my something, they automatically want to know where can I go to advertise my business. Well, for me, and again, I am taking us back to Alignable, it's such a big platform with such a big following. There's also networking opportunities. It's very easy for me to see everything at a glance. And Doc, YouTube is your favorite platform, I believe, and certainly so is mine. But from a standpoint of finding networking events and things like that, again, if your profile is up to date, you're able to be matched with events that actually work for you. Is there a platform that we haven't mentioned yet, Doc, that's one of your also favorites?
You know, I post a little bit on Facebook, but we kind of brushed over that. No, Instagram,
Oh,
YouTube.
well, actually,
If
let's
you,
think about that for a second
well, and
because
I'm also on TikTok.
you have a business page. If you want to share TikTok, please go ahead. But I forgot about that part as far as your business page. So let's click on that because that's a good point.
Okay.
So here is Doc with her Kitchen Garden Expert page linked. And tell us about that while I'm on this screen.
As far as my kitchen garden expert, I bounce between the two of them. I will take a video, for example, off of YouTube and post it on my personal page and then hashtag the kitchen garden expert. And then I will also refer back to my Facebook page or vice versa. It just gives it to me, it gives it a different, it gives me more access to more people. I have more followers on my personal page just because I didn't set up Kitchen Garden Expert when I started Facebook. So I've got a couple of
Oh, there
years,
you go. Okay.
on Facebook. But yeah, I just try to keep it to the theme of what I do. Oh, my sunglasses look funny there. Yeah, and that actually is my branding too, is the hat and the glasses. If anybody watches me on video, and mainly I'm going to tell a secret real fast because
Okay, yes, please
I
do.
can't see.
Okay, there you
I
go.
have to wear glasses, and if it's bright out, these glasses just do not do well.
Yeah.
Um, but
There.
no, I use the two on Facebook back and forth. I love it that it has my company on its own Facebook page because it gives me more access. And then I can invite people to like Kitchen and Garden Expert, and then I just, basically dump all of my gardening stuff on there.
Okay.
And on my personal is a little bit more personal with, I follow my friends on there. I will still every once in a while put my gardening things and Doc and Queenie stuff. But I
Uh-huh.
don't use it as much business wise as I do my business page.
Okay. Now that's a very good point, right off the bat. Obviously, we're on the Doc and Queenie group now for the classes, but let's see what happens here. When we have featured events, obviously, we actually pin these. Can you tell us a little bit about the pinning part, Doc?
Pinning is basically bringing a comment, a video, or whatever you're putting down on the social media, putting it up front. It's kind of like that's in our featured section. It
Uh-huh.
puts it first. I do that a lot on my YouTube channel. I will if you look at my shorts, you'll see a comment by Kitchen Garden Expert, and I pin it. So that's the first thing that pops up when somebody goes to my YouTube channel and they're looking at a short. So
Wow.
that's basically what it needs. It puts it first.
Front row center.
Front row center. Yes.
That is awesome. All right.
I'm just
So,
looking at my TikTok account. I've never done it on my computer.
and see, that's what I mean. And that's a perfect point as well. When if people go to their phones most often, that's a different look. So I like to check both. Obviously, I don't do Twitter or Pinterest on my computer, but being able to have X and Pinterest on my phone is awesome because I've got a lot of followers and connections there. And what you edit from your phone looks different from your computer. And the rest of that story is if you can't something on your phone, log in on your computer, and that usually
Right.
gives you a bigger shot. There's Meetup, there's Eventbrite, there's all kinds of fantastic sites out there that actually offer so much free advertising as far as perfect your profile. And so
Well,
just
and
like
then,
you
yeah,
mentioned, Doc, is the consistency piece. You are a
yes,
kitchen garden expert everywhere you go, kitchen garden expert. And that consistency piece has gotten you huge followings.
it has. And I was going to mention too, I'm looking at my profile on TikTok, and they also refer back to, we're talking consistency and populating they also refer back to my Instagram account and my YouTube channel. So, I mean,
Wow.
that's great about platforms, and like you say, consistency, it's the hashtags. It's, the fact that I put on LinkedIn a YouTube that cross-pollinates to YouTube, which cross-pollinates to my website, which cross-pollinates to, I mean, so there is a way to do it, but it's consistency. And it's, yes, it can be, well, it's not time consuming once you get a routine and get it
I
down and
agree with
figure out
that.
how it works, right? Wouldn't you
Yeah,
say?
I agree with that. When people say, how do you make all these event pages? Now that you've got the system out there, it takes 1 second. And to be able
Yes.
to be findable for all my posting parties and Misty's events and F3 networking and girls just want to have fun and all the different things we get to do, live creatively, posting parties, the Doc and Queenie classes, Doc and
Right.
Queenie live every Monday. It all comes together because the event pages don't take any time once you have the system down. I love that part, Doc, because it is not time consuming. And plus, quite frankly, you know how it is when you are doing something that you love, you never work a day in your life.
Amen to that. Yeah, no, and and I know you've asked me because I am video based, does it take time? It's getting shorter and shorter. The more I do it, the better with anything, like you're saying, the more you do it, the better you get. You're learning shortcuts. We're all Canva master Canva-ers. I don't even know what kind of title.
That's a great new word. Yeah, that's a great new word.
Master Canva manipulators. Maybe that's how. Try and say that fast, but
Yes,
it's yeah, it's there. It's I think it's exciting with being able to use different platforms and learning different things on each platform and once again, like you always teach, just push a button or just do it. And of course we're stealing that from some other big brand, but it really is just. It's like the definition, we've all heard it, of insanity is expecting the same result. Or wait a minute. Insanity, is it insanity? Is doing the same thing and expecting basically a different result. And you're like, no, you've got to do something different to get a different result. So I tried. I dug out of that.
Yeah. But it really is, for me, it is push a button. All the different platforms that we can be on. Like I say, Eventbrite, Meetup, all the different platforms that are out there. Oh, no, no, I don't do that. Oh, no, no, I don't do that. Another one I didn't even bring up is Yelp, because I've never done that on my computer either. But I love being on Yelp because, first of all, I think the world needs a little more positivity. So every time, even my oil change, my precious little baby car is up on those big things. And I took a picture. I was in the waiting room. I didn't go into their area, but I took a picture from there, and they still, as soon as I call, oh my gosh, you're the Yelp lady. And I'm just like, holy moly, you guys. And I Yelped a tree service the other day. I mean, every platform that you're on for me is cross-pollinating. And so all of a sudden it's Kathy Weaver this and Kathy Weaver that. And it's like, how did you know that? And they go, I see you all over the place. And I'm like, holy moly, I never thought of that.
Well, and it's, our circles are small. We don't think I mean, and it's because of the cross pollination. I've run
Absolutely.
into so many people that have known you from so many years back, which it's funny. It's just like, oh, Kathy.
And I always get people that say, what is Doc's actual name? And I said, I have absolutely no idea. You're going to have to go to Doc. I do not know the answer to that.
Yeah. So, but this is fantastic, Queenie. Thank you for teaching this. This is awesome.
Absolutely. And thank you for participating, because Doc, you are great at perfect your profile. You are on so many platforms. I'm on so many platforms, and is super cool to watch the success of Doc and Queenie as we continue to navigate the waters of social media. So again, Doc, thank you.
And one more thing, one little thing popped into my head.
Mhm.
It's a process, the whole profile thing, it's a process. So you can keep working it until you get it to where you want. It's better to have something rather than absolutely nothing. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, because I'm in the mode of changing things around. So I used to go, oh no, she's gonna look at my profile and I don't have anything on there. At least I have something on there.
Absolutely.
So
And
it's
plus, you're
just,
findable. That's the
yes,
part that's important. Just be findable, and then you can
yes.
perfect your profile as you are findable. That's a great point.
And if people are looking for you or want to connect with you, they will regardless.
Absolutely true.
So thank you again, Queenie. And thank you everybody for joining us today on Doc and Queenie live classes. We've had a great time. Don't forget, you can reach out to us, KathyWaverKC.com or Kathy Waver KC on social media all over the place, or myself, KitchenGardenExpert.com, Kitchen Garden Expert all over social media. And we have Mondays, as a lot of people know, we are live on Mondays at. So until next Monday, have a fantastic week, fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you live. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.